I'm from Romania, but I'm based in Barcelona. I'm visiting London only for a few days, and I heard many things, good things about the art scene here, so I thought I could come and check it out. Just a very quick introduction to the poem. I wrote it when I was in Brussels at the end of last year. I went there to watch the World Poetry Slam Championship. And people from like 40 different countries came there. Some of the stories were absolutely heartbreaking. And I was in a museum there when I wrote this poem. And I think it's an invitation to reflect upon our privileges. And it's not to say that we should feel guilty for them, but it's maybe an invitation to show more love and to be more kind to ourselves, to the world, and to the ones around us. Good, nice, thanks. And this is how the poem goes. I entered the museum. There was silence, running down the walls like paint after rain, but it didn't rain. It hasn't rained in a very long time. It's a drought. People don't feel anymore. There's a void in the museum that no one has the courage to fill because it can only be filled with shouts of revolt or passion. And now, no one really knows how to get down through that chest to reach that frequency. At least, not here. Entire walls, an album of white people, dead animals, and scenes of love and rural life. In any case, the past enclosed in the frame of a painting, and no one speaks. No one. When did we forget to speak? Why don't our mouths know how to articulate the present anymore? Why do we hang the works of dead people? Works we don't necessarily understand anyway, but still we photograph as part of that checklist to see how intellectual and fancy we can be. Those artists fought their battles. Why don't we turn castles into exhibitions with people to come and share their deepest pains, pulled out from the well of the soul with the bucket in which you can see the shapes of the bullets? Let's make a living museum so that their fiery breath could fill all the voids and we'd have nowhere to run to. The only lens available, the real containing truths waiting as much as centuries of oppression. Then see how all the protection you have built is shaking. A blue tremor like a spider web spreads all over you. Tremble, because there are people who don't have water, whose thirst stretches across an entire continent, a land that'll never be anything other but a condemnation to drought. There are children whose alphabet is hunger, who only know battle vowels and drug consonants. There are people whose stories will only be about war, only muds to be pulled out from the well of a soul, a mud of a land they'll never be able to forgive. Stories in which no one has learned to write. The reading belongs to the gods, and they decided to burn the books and put weapons in the open palms. We are here with our souls half open, and on the walls I spread the pain of those who cannot express it. I want my words to be a storm, our fears a monumental painting. Let the paint run down, and don't forget the drought of those who wish to have a free day to rest. Let's witness this kind of stories, because I look into the empty eyes of those men dressed in suits with dignity as loose as their skin, to the full breast of naked women who, even then, they didn't seem to have a word to say, and I don't really see anything. Because among the tears, I know the realities that will never be exhibited in museums, for their noise would be too deafening to our ears. Thank you.